Ian Garry, one of the biggest talkers. Can you guys imagine just starting every video the way Chael does? Like mid-sentence. It's like I'd have to be like, Ian Garry's one of the biggest talkers in the welterweight division. And just like cut it mid-sentence though. Y'all are watching Fight Feed, and today I'm going to be just talking about, there's a lot that I could talk about here, guys. I can go in depth and pull out the long list of delusional things that Ian Garry has said, and I could shit on a lot of it. I'm not going to do that in this video today, guys. Today, just going to focus on one point that Ian Garry continues to throw out there that is factually incorrect. And the reason why I bring this up, and I bring this to the forefront, some of you may have already figured it out as well. This is something that he kept saying in his recent interviews that ticked me off.
Talk to you guys about consistency. I'm the second most active fighter since I made my UFC debut in the UFC. The second to only Alexi Poitin. Do you know what I mean? He's at 11, I'm at 10.
So there you have it. Ian Garry continuously states that he is the second most active fighter since he debuted in November 2021. Now, the reason I bring this to the forefront and I had to make a video on it is that a lot of the things he said, about, I'm the second best calf kicker. And for whatever reason, when he's the second best at everything, he is only the only person that's right behind Alexi Poitin. It's also so cringy. I'm sorry. But like, I get having respect for the Brazilian people. He's married to a Brazilian woman. Why are you calling him Alexi? Like, I've never heard anyone call Alex Pereira Alexi. Not even his coach, who is like his best friend. He's never called him Alexi, from what I've seen. I don't know why he's doing that. It's kind of like this, like, I want to be friends with this person, so I like call them by their nickname sort of thing, even though it's not his nickname. Anyways, he's always second behind Pereira, and he's second behind Pereira in this statistic of that he is the second most active fighter in the UFC since November 2021. The reason I have to bring it up, though, is because it's so factually incorrect, and it's one of those things that even if you're, like, I'm not a casual fan, I'm watching every week, I'm keeping tabs on fighters and stuff, but even if you were a fan who's not, like, fully invested, you could literally probably figure out that this point Ian's making is false. Now, Ian's, like I said, he said a lot of delusional shit. He has said in like the last 3 or 4 fights he's had that he's gonna punch the mouth off his opponent and there's nothing they're gonna be able to do. What's happened in his last few fights? Now, against Prates, he looked fantastic, but he doesn't do these things, right? So the reason I had to make this, though, is that I'm going to debunk his whole point of I'm the second most active fighter in the UFC. Dude, you're not even the most active fighter in your own division, okay? So it's not even just a UFC thing. Like, you're not even the most active in your division. And my proof right here is Ian Garry is forgetting about a very, very pivotal person in the UFC, and that is Mr. 4570 Trailblazer, Kevin Holland. So today, what I'm going to show you guys, just to debunk Ian's whole point of being the second most active. So since November 6, 2021, Ian Garry has fought Jordan Williams, Darian Weeks, got my counter here, Gabe Green, Song Kanan, D-Rod, that's 5. We're going on to 6 here. Neil Magny, Jeff Neal, Michael Page, Shavkat, Prates. Okay? That's 10. When Ian Garry said this previously, he said it multiple times. He actually said it before he fought Prates, so it was 9. Now we'll go and, we'll take a look at Alex Pereira. Since Alex Pereira and Ian both debuted on November 6, 2021, that was UFC 268. I was actually watching this live from my hotel room. I was at Astroworld. Well, I wasn't. My girlfriend went to Astroworld that weekend. I was staying back because I don't like concerts. She went with my sister, her brother, all these other people. And they ended up watching the fights with me that night because Astroworld got canceled because, well, you guys know what happened there. Pereira, first fight, Andreas Michalidis, Bruno Silva, Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, 5. Jan Blachowicz, 6. Yuri Prohaska, Jamal Hill, Yuri Prohaska, Khalil Roundtree, Magomed Ankalaev. So he's got 11. Okay? Now here's my proof.
Let's see Paul Allen's card.
This is Kevin Holland. And mind you, Kevin Holland fought October 5th, 2021. Just for the sake of this video, I was actually going to include that fight as one. But I'm not going to, because if we're gonna make it a clean start from November 6th, 2021, fine. We won't include Kevin's previous fight. The best part is, even without including Kevin's previous fight, he still has the most in the division that is welterweight, but also just in the UFC. And guys, there could even be a like prelim fighter who is still not that popular that might even have more than this. Like, I don't even know. I just think Kevin Holland, when his name comes to mind, he's one of the most active. So Alex Oliveira on March 5th, 2022. So Kevin's getting a disservice here, guys. Like, he had a fight just before the start of this, but regardless, Alex Oliveira, Tim Means, Khamzat Chimaev, Stephen Thompson, Santiago Ponzinibbio, that's 5. Michael Chiesa, Jack Della Maddalena, Michael Page, Michael Olashishik. Sorry, guys, the Aussie accent just stuck there. Roman Dolidze, he's at 10. So he's already ahead of Mr. Garry here. Gary's capped at 10. And now we've got 11 here. So Rainier de Ritter, Gunnar Nelson, 12. So right there, Kevin Holland and Pereira are actually neck and neck. Ian Garry, very active fighter himself, 10 fights since 2021. That's solid. He's not, and I'm going to repeat this, he is not the second most active fighter in the UFC. If we're just looking at the three of these guys, he is the third most active fighter. And he is still behind Alexi Pereira, but he's also behind Mr. Kevin Holland, who's also in his division. So I have to, guys, as fans, like I said before, we have to be the truth seekers of this wonderful thing that we love in MMA and UFC. These fighters, to do the shit that they're doing, you have to have a different type of mindset. I think a lot of us as fans, we don't have that. I think that's what actually is engaging to us as fans, is like we're watching these guys who have this way of life and this ability to go in there and do things we can't do. At least for me, I can admit that. And I'm okay with it because I'm a fan of it. But because of that mindset that these guys have to get into, they will, like Ian Garry is very famous for creating delusional takes that he fully believes in. And somehow that delusion is somehow getting him to the dance and then helping him finish the dance. So good on him. Now, when you have something like this that's factually available, I am going to make it my duty to just make sure that they realize it's not what he's saying it is. He is not the most active. He's not the second most active. I bet if we dig into it more, guys, we can find other fighters who have actually performed and been out in the octagon more times since November 6th, 2021, November 5th, whatever it is, than Mr. Ian Garry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will continue to do my service on behalf of the MMA community when these things come up. This is definitely not the first delusional take Mr. Garry's had. It's not going to be the last, so we will see kind of what else comes out here. But I had to set the record straight. Mr. Holland needs to get some respect on his name because this is some bullshit. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to Fight Feed so you can stay in tune with all of the MMA content that I'll be posting. I'll see you guys in the next one.